Hello everybody. So I get questions quite often on when I use these oil pastels, and the main question I get a lot is how I blend them. Because in a few of my videos you see me blending them with my fingers, and in some other videos I'll be blending them with blending stumps. There really isn't too big of a difference in the method of how I blend them. It's just whatever I feel like doing. But some artists might say that blending with the fingers is not good because the oil is off your fingers. It messes up the pigment, or I'm not so sure what they're really talking about, but they're probably right. So probably the safest bet is to use a blending stump. But you know, if we're just practicing or just scooping around, then you know, anything goes. So I figured with this, showing you this, I'm also going to be starting a tips and tricks sort of thing where you guys ask questions on how I do certain things in certain videos, and I'll try and explain them. So this will be the tips and tricks vlog 1. So I'll get right to it, and I'll show you. If I were doing it with my finger, and I just have a blue and a purple here. If I just take my finger and start blending like this, you can see that the color just seems to blend right into one another. And I'll zoom in so that you can see. It's a bit blurry. Give it a second. Nah, it's not coming back. Let me zoom out a bit. There we go. Okay. Now, you can see how it all blends together. Now again, for those of you who don't know, the brand I use is Sennelier. I think it's Sennelier or Sennelier. I don't know what's exactly pronounced, but you get the point. So, and this brand of oil pastel I find is the best. You can blend it the best. If I take my finger, press really hard, you can see you can just move this. It's awesome. Just like that. Okay, so besides from mixing up color blobs, let's do something a little bit more challenging. So I'm just gonna take my oil pastel, and I'm just sketching it with it at the moment. So I'm just gonna create a wave. Now I'm just sketching this from my mind. I also have a picture in front of me from my last drawing that I did. Well, there goes the refrigerator. Sorry guys. Hope that's not too annoying. Alright, so that's the basic sketch. Let's get some... What is this? Is this black or brown? I think it's black. Alright. Let's get some black for the top here. Show it's dark. A little bit for the bottom here. Just like that. This yellow will come in later. I'm going to mix in some of this blue at the bottom here. Oh, and probably one of the biggest things I can say about blending, I'll move this over a bit, is things, for me, tend to look more realistic when you add more color to it. So instead of making stuff solid colors, add variety to it. It gives it more depth. At least that's what I find. You may find it to be a different case, but that's what I find. So when I draw things, I don't try to add in every single color, but I try to add in quite a bit of similar colors. So, for instance, I got, I don't know how well you'll be able to tell the difference on camera, but it's kind of like a murky blue, more of like a royal blue. Here I have like a I don't know what to call that kind of blue, like a stormy blue, I guess. Here is more of like a sky blue. I'm just looking around. Whatever that is. Oh, and I have this one, I think. There's your really dark blue. I use this one a lot. If you looked at my Sunset Rocky Beach video, the oil pastel one, I use this color a lot. So I'm going to add in some of that in here. just like that. Then I'm going to use this sky blue for the middle, well, more the upper middle part, just to show that the wave is thinning, and so light is penetrating through it more, therefore giving it a lighter color. I need to make this a bit darker down here. I think I'm going to change the shape of this a little bit. I'm going to have it come more like this. Alright. I'm going to use this this blue right here for the very top. Just like that. And then there's a section right here that I like to refer to as the eye, and I'll make that a yellowish color, because that's the part where the wave is just breaking, and it's going to be very light in color. Okay, so here, I'll tell you what, I'll do half this blending with my finger, and I'll do the other half blending with a stump to show you the difference. So I'm using my finger and I'm following the direction of the wave, and you can see that it's starting to form. So I keep going like this. So I'm about halfway right now, and there goes something else. Alright, this isn't going as planned, but we got a lot of extra noises going on. That's the sump pump, by the way. Keeps my basement from getting flooded. That'd be bad if it did. Okay, so I'm using the blending stump now, and this you use more like a pen, but instead of applying color, you're just moving color around. You can use the tip to blend around little amounts, or you can just put it all the way to the side and blend large amounts at the same time. Just like this. And I'm just going to move it all the way over here, and I'm going to try and blend around this part quite a bit. Just like that. Now the reason why this part is yellow is because that's where the wave is going to peel over. So in order to do that, I guess I'll use, I really shouldn't, but I'll just use this gray just to kind of make the splashes, and I'll put some white in around it. So got some of that, and I'll just put some of that in to guide me to see what I'm doing. Pull a little more of that splashing white water. The only reason why I'm putting gray is just to show a shadow to the white. I'm also going to add in some light blue to this, because the actual shadow of white is not gray, it is blue. It took me a long time to figure that one out. If you have snow where you are, or if you have clouds, look at either one. If you look at the shadows of them very carefully, you'll see that if it's snow, you'll notice that the shadow is a lighter, actually, it's a lighter blue color, but it can also be a darker blue, and actually the highlights of snow are yellow. So look very carefully, and you'll start to notice. I'm not going crazy, I'm telling you. So, also with clouds, you notice that the shadow is a light blue color, almost. So we got something like that going. I know it's starting to look a little bit crappy, but let's get some white going in here. Now I'm just working this in counterclockwise circles. Now I'm going to bring this up all the way to here. I hope you don't mind, this is getting pretty long, but I'm having fun. I like doing these little sketches like this. You know, just get some creative juices flowing, and it's good to experiment. You'll learn. Alright, so got something like that going. It's starting to turn into a wave. Maybe some of you would disagree with me, but at least in my eye, it's starting to come around. Just gotta keep on working at it. And if it doesn't come out good, then just crumple the page and start again, I guess. Alright, so I'm gonna add a little more volume into this by adding in some more darker areas, and I'm just adding these in wherever I feel like it. Just something like that. Yeah, so here's another thing. Underneath this splashing of the wave is a bit of a darker area. Oh, and here's a little bit of a story. For me, waves are probably my most favorite thing. I live here in New Jersey, and we don't get much surf out in the ocean, but when we do, I have a hell of a time. I'm a bodyboarder, and whenever we do get some nice large waves, you know, some from hurricanes or storms, what have you, I just grab my board, my fins, and I'll go out into anything up to about 10 feet. After 10 feet, in wave size, I start to get a little intimidated. You know, it starts to get a little freaky. But let me tell you, there's really no other feeling than plunging down a 10-foot wave. I know it sounds crazy, but that's something I love to do. So that's a little information about me. One of the other things I like to do besides drawing. So here we got a wave. Oh, I got something else I could show you. There's what's it called? The fall stream drawing I did, where I started laying down a mess of colors for the water, and I just blended them with my fingers. I got so many comments just saying that it was just like magic. How it looked like crap until I just started running my finger on it, and it just started to look amazing. So I'll show you how I do that. Now, I know this is getting already over 12 minutes, but I think the people who enjoy learning will stick around. Hopefully, you know, I hope that people are still watching. It means a lot to me that you guys keep following me and supporting me. Never thought I'd actually get an audience, but yeah, it's great. So I figured I'll return the favor and I'll show you guys how I do what I do. So here I'm laying down just a mess of tones, and I'm just kind of getting a feel for how things are going here. So I got that color down. Where's my other favorite color? Here it is. Now again, like I mentioned before, you just want to put down just an array of colors in similar tones. Because more color variety, it kind of mimics what's actually happening out in the ocean or in anything else. So here's more of that stormy blue color. I like what this color does. It's a nice color. So we got something like that. Maybe a little bit more of this purplish blue here. I use this one a lot in my Rocky Beach video, which is currently my most popular video. Yeah, I pretty much went through a whole stick of this, making that drawing. I'm not complaining, I'm just saying. I really enjoy doing it. That was my first oil pastel drawing that I've ever done. And ironically, it's my most popular drawing on it right now. Okay, so I'm just adding in a little bit more. Alright, so I think that's good. So I'll show you again how I blend it with my finger, which you gotta hold the paper really well. So I'm just pressing down quite firmly, and I'm just blending across. And you could see that the colors are just mixing. And it's creating like just little beautiful effects. It's awesome. And I'll do the other half with the blending stump. And you want to hold it so that the whole angle of this is touching the paper. And do the same thing. And it comes out relatively the same. So you just get something like this. Whoops. That's what you want to be careful of. It's when the paper bends back on you like that. Oh, I just did it again. I'm telling you what to do and I'm ignoring myself, so don't listen to me. Alright. Alright, so I'm happy with it. It was just a nice little wave. Where's my white? Here it is. I'm just looking for something. I'm looking for the cover of this box so I could show you what it is. I don't know where it is. It's probably on the floor somewhere. Well, it's here. Let me spell it out. I'll spell out the name brand. I don't want to spell it wrong. So it's SENNELIER. That's the brand of oil pastels that I use. They're expensive, but I think they're worth it. I've only used a few other brands in the past, and nothing as compared to these. I'm sure there are a few out there that are just as good, but I don't think I've used them. So if you have oil pastels and you have a lot of experience with them and you like them, let me know what brand they are. Maybe I'll give them a shot. Because these are expensive, but I still like them. So this is the brand that I use. I know I get so many questions on what brand, and that's the brand. Alright, so I hope you learned from my tips and tricks video here, and please subscribe. It really helps out. Thank you, and I will see you all later.